You're down 12% from your peak. 3 weeks ago, your account was at an all-time high. You were finally consistent. You posted a screenshot in your trading group. Maybe you even told your spouse this was working, that the hours staring at charts were paying off. Now it's 2 in the morning, and you're sitting at your desk in the dark, scrolling through your trade history for the third time tonight, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. The first emotion that hits is confusion. My strategy worked last month. What changed? Did the market shift? Did I miss something obvious? You replay winning trades from a month ago, comparing them to recent losses, searching for the difference. Then the confusion gives way to something darker. Self-doubt. Maybe I never had an edge. Maybe it was all luck. Maybe those winning weeks were just variance smiling on me, and now reality is correcting itself. The thought makes your stomach turn, because if it's true, everything you've built is a lie. Then comes the panic. If I don't recover soon, I'll hit my monthly loss limit. The math starts running in your head automatically. You need 5 winning trades at 2% each to get back to break even, or 3 trades at 3%. Or 1 really good trade if you increase your size. The urgency builds like pressure behind your eyes, and that urgency births desperation. I need to trade my way out of this. So you do. Every morning, you check your account balance first, before coffee, before brushing your teeth. The number burns into your brain, a constant reminder of failure. You start calculating recovery scenarios while you shower, while you drive, while you're supposed to be working. You find yourself watching the charts more intensely, seeing setups that 2 months ago you would have scrolled past. You take trades you know deep down don't meet your criteria, because waiting feels impossible. Sound familiar? How many times have you been in this exact spot? And what happened next? Did the desperate trading fix it, or did it make everything worse? Here's the thing. Every trader experiences drawdowns. It's mathematically impossible to avoid them. But most traders treat a drawdown like a personal failure, like evidence they don't belong in this game. Meanwhile, professional traders, the ones managing millions at prop firms, experience the same drawdowns. The difference isn't in what happens to their accounts. It's in what happens inside their heads. But here's what most traders don't realize. Your emotional response to a drawdown is more dangerous than the drawdown itself. In fact, the drawdown is just the test. Your emotions are what determine if you pass or fail. Your brain evolved to survive immediate physical threats. A loss of resources in the ancestral environment, your food stolen, your shelter destroyed, meant death within days. So, evolution wired you to respond to loss with panic, urgency, and aggression. When a neighboring tribe raided your camp, hesitation got you killed. Action, any action, gave you a chance. This response kept your ancestors alive for 200,000 years. But trading doesn't work like that. A 12% drawdown isn't a threat to your survival. It's a normal fluctuation in a probabilistic system. Your strategy might be working perfectly, executing exactly as designed. The problem is, your Stone Age brain doesn't know the difference between a 12% drawdown and a predator circling your family. It sees red numbers and screams danger. Here's what's really happening inside your skull. Research from Duke University found that traders experiencing drawdowns showed intense activation in the amygdala, the same brain region that fires when you're in physical danger. Their cortisol levels spiked. Their heart rates increased. But here's the critical part. This physiological response impaired their decision-making. When you're in fight or flight mode, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational analysis and long-term planning, literally goes offline. Blood flow redirects to survival systems. You become dumber when you're losing. Not metaphorically, literally. Your brain chemistry changes. Now watch what happens when you compare what feels right during a drawdown versus what actually works. When you're down, Trading more feels productive. Increasing position size feels like the fastest path to recovery. Switching strategies feels smart because this one clearly isn't working anymore. Watching the charts constantly feels responsible. Calculating exactly how many trades you need to break even feels like planning. Every single one of these responses feels correct because your brain is designed to take action under threat. But what actually works? Trading the exact same frequency. Keeping position size completely consistent. Trusting your statistical edge over a larger sample. Stepping away from the screens. Accepting that recovery time is unknowable and uncontrollable. Notice how everything that feels right is actually destructive? That's not a coincidence. That's your survival brain, trying to solve a statistical problem with emotional urgency. Take James, a funded prop trader who hit a 17% drawdown last year. His first instinct? Double his position size to make it back faster. Within 3 days, he turned 17% into 34% and blew his evaluation. This is where most traders make the fatal mistake. They let their emotional brain override their systematic approach. They abandon the very strategy that got them profitable in the first place, and the drawdown that should have lasted 3 weeks turns into an account blowup. The real damage of emotional drawdown trading isn't the initial loss. It's the cascade that follows. You lose 12%. That stings, but it's completely recoverable with normal trading. Then you panic trade and lose another 8%. Now you're down 20%, and you're in psychological freefall. You start breaking your rules. You trade outside your setup criteria. You check your phone during meetings at work. Your sleep deteriorates because you're replaying trades at 3 in the morning. Your relationships suffer because you're irritable and distracted. And your account continues bleeding because emotional trading has replaced systematic trading. Here's the brutal truth from the data. Traders in drawdown increase their trade frequency by 47% on average. Their win rate drops by 18% during the same period. Average holding time decreases by 62%. They cut winners early and hold losers longer, the exact opposite of what works. But here's the statistic that should terrify you. 82% of blown prop firm accounts failed not during the initial drawdown, but during the emotional recovery attempt. Read that again. 82% of traders don't fail because of the drawdown itself. They fail because of how they responded to it. The market didn't destroy their account. Their emotional response did. Watch how the death spiral unfolds. Week 1, normal drawdown begins. Strategy is still valid. You feel uncomfortable, but controlled. Week 2, you increase frequency to make it back. You start taking B-tier setups you normally skip. Your win rate drops from 55% to 42%. Week 3, frustration builds. Position sizes increase. Just one good trade to recover, you tell yourself. You hit your largest single-day loss. Week 4, complete rule abandonment. Revenge trading takes over. The account hits negative 30%. Prop firm evaluation failed. Or, if it's your personal account, severely damaged and your confidence shattered. Each step feels like you're trying to fix the problem. In reality, you're pouring gasoline on the fire. Even if you don't blow the account, emotional drawdown trading steals months from your development. You spend 6 months fighting your emotions instead of refining your edge. Meanwhile, the trader who handles drawdowns systematically uses that same 6 months to compound their skill and capital. But there's a way out, and it starts with understanding that your emotions during a drawdown are predictable, manageable, and completely separate from whether your strategy still works. The professionals know this. Now you do too. Here's what professional traders do during drawdowns, and it will sound completely backwards. They do less, not more. They slow down instead of speeding up. They trust the process instead of trying to force outcomes. This feels wrong because your brain is screaming for action. But this is where discipline beats emotion. This is where systematic thinking beats reactive panic. Why does this work? 2 reasons. Psychologically, when you maintain your normal routine during a drawdown, you short-circuit the emotional cascade. No increased frequency means no desperation. No position size changes means no revenge trading. Your brain eventually calms down because the threat hasn't changed your behavior. You're signaling to yourself that this is normal, expected, manageable. From a probability standpoint, your edge isn't broken because of a drawdown. If your strategy has positive expectancy over 100 trades, a 15-trade losing streak is statistically normal variance. But you only get to realize that edge if you keep executing the same way. The moment you change your approach mid-drawdown, you abandon the statistical foundation that made you profitable in the first place. The framework is simple. Before you ever enter drawdown, write down your response protocol. When I hit 15% drawdown, I will reduce to half position size, but maintain same trade frequency and setup criteria. During the drawdown, your only job is perfect execution. You're not being graded on profit. You're being graded on behavior. Did you follow your rules? That's the only question that matters. Set a predetermined break threshold. If I hit 25% drawdown, I take 7 days completely off. No charts, no trading. This hard stop prevents the spiral from accelerating into catastrophe. But what if my strategy actually is broken? Valid question. Look at your execution first. Are you following your rules perfectly? If yes, and you're still losing, review after 50 trades minimum, not 15. If you're not following your rules, you don't have enough data. You've been trading emotionally, which means you can't evaluate the strategy yet. But what if I can't afford to wait out the drawdown? Then you're trading with scared money, and you'll trade emotionally regardless of what system you follow. The solution isn't to trade faster. It's to reduce size or step back entirely until capital and psychology align. The market doesn't reward the trader who fights hardest during a drawdown. It rewards the one who stays disciplined when everything inside them is screaming to panic. That's not luck. That's systematic psychological management. And that's what separates professionals from everyone else who quits.